All right, everybody, we're now going to confront Al Maritsucci, sadly my assemblyman, and he was the co-sponsor for the cap and traitor bill. He is also extremely mum on whether he'll support that sanctuary state bill or not. He says he has grave concerns about it. The truth is he ought to have grave concerns about having a job, because this guy has ripped us off. He voted for the gas tax. He voted for cap and trade. This is a guy who's also voted for, he's voted to take guns away. He wants to play the race card. He wants to shut down the Torrance refinery. And he's having a coffee today, and we're going to go say hi. And we're going to make sure that he knows that he's either got to work for us or he won't have a job at all. Here we go. I can't believe we're going to have people from all over the Southern California joining us.
Oh, by the way, I don't think it'll matter, but well,
I am live. Just kidding you.
Okay. Well,
okay.
I know your home address because of all that doxing stuff.
Oh, great.
I saved it. Anyway, I put that as the address for when they asked for the address for the coffee.
What address?
Your address.
Why?
Because you're his constituent. I didn't want them to say that. Oh, you can't come. And I didn't, you know.
Okay.
Well, because you live in an apartment building, right?
So.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just saying, for whatever reason, they start saying, "Well, what's your address?" Like,
okay.
I'm just gonna say what street I live on, which is your street.
All you need to know is I live in the city of Torrance, Balance City. I've been there all my life. So
honestly, I'm fed up with this crap of like, oh, you can't come in because you're not a constituent.
I know that's a real problem, isn't it?
I just put addresses down now because since you're a constituent, I just well, I didn't put your apartment. I just put the.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
Let's see, here we go. Is that your age or your IQ? Is that your age or your... Gotta dox him. Done. He has an IQ of 1, everybody. Hi. Well. Right here. Make the South Bay great again. Fire Al. So are you taking orders or what? Hey. How are you?
I'm good. Janet.
Did you save these for me? Say yes. Okay. Oh, okay, but not here? Not anymore. Seat is taken. What are my choices? Oh, take care of her first.
And with French fries? Yes. Club salad, burger with or without cheese, or club sandwich?
Club sandwich.
Okay, what kind of bread?
What kind of bread?
Yeah.
Sourdough is fine.
French fries?
Oh, can you give me something else instead?
Fruit?
Yeah. Fruit. Yeah. Okay, so... He voted for David Hadley, even though he's a green guy. Because David Hadley's honest, this guy's a liar. And he's a Bernie delegate who got burned. I was there at the Politicon, and I said that Bernie got robbed, and they ignored me.
Everybody knows now.
Yeah, oh, everybody does.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Okay. Here you go. This guy gets oil money but claims to be Big Green. Lots of oil money. But this is my favorite. He's a total union whore. He does whatever the unions tell him to.
So you're here to disrupt the meeting? Is that why you came?
Are you disrupting the meeting?
Disrupt the meeting.
No, I'm a constituent. He's my assemblyman. Well, good. So you like that he's a union whore?
I would appreciate you not disrupting the meeting.
Already they're accusing me of this. Never ends. Okay. Hey, Cheryl.
Hi.
You want a sign? There's 2. Excuse me. Keep him? Okay. That's fine. Nice hat.
Thank you.
Where have I seen that hat before? This guy raised our gas tax $1. What? Would you like a sign? You want to borrow it? You want to borrow it? Yeah, this is for Al Traitor. Good. My hands are kind of busy right now.
Okay.
Why did you raise our gas tax by $1? I'm busy right now.
You're gonna leave me hanging there?
I would like to leave you out of office, but Traitor repped me off. Darlin, would you mind helping her? He's going to do what Chad Mays did to the San Bernardino group. He's going to pretend to be my friend. And that guy's already accusing me of disrupting, and that's very offensive. Hey, Sliska, how you doing? What is it?
He doesn't care about our vulnerable.
Oh, that's right, the voter fraud, right?
He doesn't care.
That's him.
Yeah. You want one? Come over. I'll give you one. What is it? Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect. We're working on a recall. So
I was just talking to these two ladies. They said there's a lot of...
I grew up here in Lomita.
You're one of the city council members.
Yeah.
Gazali, right?
It's not partisan. Don't film me, man.
I'm allowed to film.
Yeah,
You're a public official.
But don't be, you should be a jerk with stuff like this.
That guy is a jerk. He's the one who raised our gas tax by $1.
Everyone's entitled to his opinion.
Absolutely.
Lomita people to ask questions, not partisan questions about our city, about a lot of issues.
Well, how do you feel about your
I'm
Lomita
not happy about
constituents?
the gas tax going up.
Well,
but
he voted for it.
You don't come and call him a whore. That's not right.
But he is.
Hey,
He does whatever the
tell me
unions.
that's not right.
This is Jim Gazali, everybody. Are you going to do a letter to oppose Senate Bill 54? Because I talked to you about
listen.
that. So that's a local issue.
If you knew a little bit what was going on, I was chair of the South Bay City Council of Governments.
Okay.
I sent the letter. I sent the letter to Garcetti and Phil Washington opposing the Prop M.
The what?
Prop M, the half-cent sales tax.
Thank God.
Forever.
Thank you.
But we lost. So what? You got to live with the results.
No, we can fight. We can recall it. We can
change
challenge it.
People vote.
Yeah, people can vote against stuff. We can absolutely vote them out. We're allowed to do
He's
that.
not the only one that voted for it.
Oh, we went after Republicans too. I went after Steinhorst. I went after Mays. I've gone after. Oh yeah.
I'm just saying. I think you had to be a little more civil. You came to our council meeting.
Yes.
We were respectful.
Sure.
To you. And hey, this place has been in Lomita for a long time. My father owned this restaurant.
Don't touch me, please. Thank you.
But this kind of stuff, come on. Why would you do that? I mean,
Because he is a union whore. The guy's a total sellout. This guy does what the teachers' unions want. This guy voted for a bill that would make it harder to get rid of child molester teachers. He co-authored the bill. Hi, Robin. This is Mr. Gazali. He's a city councilman here in Lomita.
I'm just telling you. I'm here. This is for
People in Lomita, he's my assemblyman. What? I feel like discriminated against just because I don't live in Lomita. I can't be here. That's very offensive.
Man, it's a free country, wrong time. I'm a veteran.
Thank you for your service.
Hey, I vote for who I want to vote for.
Okay.
I'm not tied to any party, but I respect people from both parties. And I'm also a member of SCAG, which represents half the state. So hey, I represent.
He represents SCAG and South St. Paul.
Yeah, hey. We represent 194 cities. Not everyone agrees. Imperial County, Orange County.
They shouldn't even have it then. It's a shadow government. You should be recording this. He's part of the shadow government.
I'm not part of the shadow government.
Yeah, he is. Yes, he is.
I'm not running for any other office. I got in it.
What benefit do you get being a member of SCAG?
Pardon me?
Why is SCAG trying to control how we drive by giving us fast tracks and putting everybody else on the slow track? You know what?
I'm one member of 190. There's 194 cities.
Hey, Robin, you want to slide in?
No, you know here.
I don't like it.
How are you voting on those issues?
Are you voting against them?
Are you voting against
What
them?
issue?
That
does not trump. That does not trump common sense.
Where did Al go?
All the way down here. Fast track.
Uh-oh. Watch out. Does the Assemblyman still have grave concerns about Senate Bill 54? Because we'd like to see it killed. Hey, what's up, Miguel? I know. I know you're risking your life being in the same photo with me, but that's okay. You're a tough guy.
I've been risking my life for a long time now.
Recall, Al.
I risked my life in Philly.
I bet you did. You're from Philly originally?
No.
You risked your life because they robbed the Bernie delegates,
Yes,
right?
Yes, I did.
I want you to know, Miguel, and I want everybody who's watching, all three of them, I was the first one to shout at Politicon that Bernie got robbed, and they wouldn't listen to me. I confronted Senator Klobuchar.
I'm sure there's a lot of us out there chatting with you. So
Yeah.
I don't know if we can give you credit to be the first.
Yeah, Klobuchar there, she sold out to Big Pharma, and she denied it. Did you see that, Senator Klobuchar? And she voted against single payer, too.
Both parties are going on the same train. So.
Oh, no, not us. We're on the Trump train. You want a sign?
How many different? I'm
No sign?
I'm not a sign. I don't need a sign.
You don't want it? You don't want to recall Al?
There's a lot of recalls going on.
Okay. Where is Al? I don't see him. John Chung.
Yes, sir.
He's a Torrance resident. That
We know
helps.
all about you, Arthur. and we
Oh,
know
I'm
all
sure you
about
do.
Yep.
Actually, no, you don't. You don't know enough.
No, I know all about
Why do you want to vote for John Chung? I wonder.
Because he's courageous and he's doing right.
He's courageous. He's a Democrat.
Keep California great.
I've got it. Hi, everybody. Do you want to sign? Yeah. There you go. Do you want to sign, Cheryl? I got to sign. Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it. This is our new first VP, as you know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. See how long you can tolerate it, right? You did a nice job. You did a nice job. Hey, Warrenek. There's Sanchez. Good. So you guys know he's a city council member, and he's a city council member.
Mayor's here somewhere.
Gazali or no, someone else, right? Trina?
We just came here for lunch.
Oh, no kidding. And I told them to issue a letter opposing Senate Bill 54, so we'll see what happens. I don't think he wants to talk to me. This guy's a Republican, and he endorsed Al, so that's kind of weird. Where did Al Marsucci go? I don't see him. Oh, okay. Excuse me, Mark.
I'm going to find the beach.
Okay.
RDC for that guy.
What happened?
I'm appalled that you walked away from me knowing I was...
Wow, that's rude.
He walked away from me. I was asking him about the voter rolls and why they have
Voter fraud.
Arthur,
My hands are busy.
you're going to leave me hanging again.
I want you to be recalled.
No, because we talked about this.
Well, I want to talk to you about it in public.
Excuse me.
Oh, man. Al doesn't want to talk to me either for some reason. Why did you raise my gas tax by $1? Okay, watch out. Gazali, you need to move.
That's a simple yes or no.
You got to help him out here.
Yes, and you're telling us you're for the communities.
You don't know what you're talking about.
It's a $500 billion tax plan.
He voted for...
You voted for a $500 billion
You know what?
tax
I came here to try to talk to you reasonably, not to get into.
I did listen to you.
Hey.
That's why
Hey.
we're here to argue.
Hey.
Especially
No,
because
not
of an
argue.
assemblyman who rips us off and votes for a gas tax that's going to hurt working and middle-income
Can I tell you
earners.
one thing he did for me that was really important? Okay. When I was first elected the first time, I found out, see, being on SCAG, I know about these state, another thing, these state bills being passed, but the rest of the council don't. And the League of Californians, we're opposing SB 35. We don't want to lose control of stuff. Hey, when I first got elected, the state took control away from the cities on managing massage parlors.
Oh.
We went from 1 to 29.
In Lomita?
Yes.
Oh, it's terrible.
Hey, my cousin is sheriff here in Lomita. I grew up here. I really was against it. Al helped me on that. Got a bill passed, AB 1147,
Okay.
that gave control back to cities.
Good.
Right?
Look,
But
and Al,
we still can't get rid of it. It's a pain, you know, so I'm not running for anything else. I mean, you know, I grew up here. All I care about is fixing our streets, putting in water lines, and making this a better place to live.
well, we got to start by. I think his policy.
I don't have to come talk to you. I'm being honest with you.
No, that's fine. And Al's part of the
Don't call him
problem.
a whore and stuff.
He is a whore. He's a union whore.
That's cool. You can
You know what? It's true, and it needs to hurt because our kids are denied a good education. Cities are going bankrupt because of pension liabilities from the entitlements, and he does whatever the union wants.
Our CalPERS costs are going to double in 5 years.
Which ones?
CalPERS, our retirement. We reduced the pension cost for our employees.
Good. And Al
We
is
still don't have enough. We're not going to have enough money to pay for it. It's not sustainable. I know that. You know
Good. So you should let Al know. Give him an earful.
Well, I think you get more done when you work with people.
You know what? We've tried that for decades. We've tried working. Hey, the Republicans work with the Democrats and voted for cap and trade. It's not working. I don't want to work with people who rob us. I don't want to work with people who believe in big green fantasy. And she's the lady who gave us the runaround for an hour. We tried being nice. It didn't work. You made it, Robin. I'm so glad. He's, where is Al? Where in the world is Al? Oh, there he is. You want to go say hi? Right over here. Right over there. Let me get my sign here.
Sacramento is mandated by the federal government to help them with illegal immigrants.
Okay, so Al Maritsucci is a union whore who does whatever the teachers' unions tell him to and the other public sector unions. He also claims to be green, but he gets lots of money from big oil. The same big oil that pushed us and pushed Republicans and Democrats to vote for cap and trade. Right here.
Cheeseburger, no salad?
Okay, so let's go say hi. But we're kind of in a tight spot here, so okay. Disrupting. My income is disrupted because of a higher gas tax. You want to tell me why you think that's okay? What would you like to tell the working people in West Carson and Harbor City who are paying now a higher gas tax? He's talking about me the way he used to talk about Trump nonstop during the election, even though David Hadley didn't endorse Trump. And he lied. He put all these posters all over the district lying about David Hadley as a hardcore Trump supporter when he wasn't. So Al, how much do the unions pay you to bend over and do whatever they wanted to? Give me the oil one. So everybody, this guy is sold out to big oil. He does whatever they want. So please tell me, and he's a ferret too? Okay. You want to legalize ferrets. How about legalizing saving money? What about Senate Bill 54? What about our homeless veterans? What about our mentally ill Americans who need help? Why didn't you give us an answer? And foster kids. What about them? Senate Bill 54 will turn California into a sanctuary state for illegal aliens rather than protecting Americans. We have so many Americans who are in need, Al. We want an answer from you. We want what is it? So Mark gets the royal treatment, but you ignore the constituents? Whoa. Okay. But Al, What's going on? Yeah, you're an asshole. Thank you. Excuse me.
And actually,
Why are you blocking me from talking to my assemblyman? Yes, you are. Excuse me. So what's going on now? Why is it that you do whatever the unions want, but you don't respect the needs of Americans? Why aren't you giving me a straight answer on Senate Bill 54? The same Senate bill that's going to endanger Americans. It's going to endanger police. It's going to endanger firefighters. It's going to endanger our public safety officials. It's going to be creating a sanctuary state that's going to hurt.
Okay, good.
Al, you raised our gas tax by $1, and what's that supposed to go to? So what are we going to do? I'm not disrupting. This is supposed to be a coffee where we talk to you.
But don't we have to give you approval for our faces on there, so can you stop?
I'm not recording you. I'm recording these elected officials. Thank you very much.
I want to personally apologize.
Okay, so I want to apologize that Al is ripping off workers. He's ripping off Americans. He's endangering the lives of American citizens.
USC. Gordon Jackson.
Why are you blocking me on social media? Why are you blocking me on social media?
Because I don't know.
Oh! He blocked you on social media?
You don't want to answer any questions.
No on 54. No on 54. No sanctuary state. Stop selling out to big oil.
Answer our questions. Don't be rude.
Don't touch me, please. Whoa. Yeah. Rude. Wow, so much hate.
It has nothing to do with you. Just get out of my way. You're
a veteran, aren't you?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yay.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you all for coming out today.
How much did they pay you to be here? Well, sorry, Gary.
My name is Almer Suchi, and I have the privilege of representing Lomita, the South Bay, and the California State Assembly. I appreciate all of you for coming out here today. I want to start out by thanking Hot-N-Tot for I think this might be a little bit more than what they bargained for, and so
we got taxed more than we bargained for.
To the owner for some of the disruption, but I'm hoping
to our wallets.
I'm hoping that we can have a civil conversation. You know, things have become so polarized in our country that I think whether we are Democrats or Republicans or Independents, Green Party, whatever the party you are, we should all be able to have civil conversations about the issues facing all of us. So before I go any further, I'd like to acknowledge the mayor of Lomita, Mark Warnick.
Good afternoon, everybody. Unfortunately, I got to leave. I have an event representing the supervisor in Manhattan Beach, so I'll be heading out over there. But
that's why she's
welcome to Lomita and welcome to Hot-N-Tot.
He's a Republican.
I don't want to tell you the history of Hot-N-Tot. Our council member Jim Gaisley can tell you a lot about this building because his father owned it way back when. But this is a go-to restaurant in Lomita, especially our power breakfasts. A lot of folks come here and meet a lot of different folks that have been on the council, outside of the council, and just
he's also a consultant, political consultant, helps Democrats.
So, thank you for being here. For those of you that are not from Lomita, welcome. You're always welcome here to Lomita. I wanted to acknowledge some of my colleagues here today. Mayor Pro Tem Mike Sabanan. Hey. Councilmember Henry Sanchez.
Hey.
And Councilmember Jim Gaisley.
I met Tim.
So we're very happy that Al, I know he's making his rounds in Lomita and other cities in the South Bay. So again, we want to say thank you for Al for coming to Lomita. Every elected official has an open invitation to come to Lomita. And as you do, our Senator Ben Allen, our Congresswoman Maxine Waters, or anybody. wants to come here, our supervisor, of course, can come here and set up these coffees or lunches. It doesn't look like too many people are drinking coffee, but again, thank you for being here. It's important that you, the people, get to hear from your elected representative from the state. So if there are issues that you have from the state, he's your guy. And I know you'll introduce his staff. That I see their staff, Melissa and Cody. I see them all over the place, and Andrew, who's not here. We do a great job representing the assembly member at chamber meetings, at grand openings, and you name it. They're always there. So thank you, Al, for coming. And please ask him the questions. I know you're going to ask him the tough questions, which is good.
Oh yeah.
But please, we welcome that, and let's try to keep everything civil here, because Lomita's the friendly city. So let's have a good time.
I just wish our government was as friendly. I just wish our government was as friendly, especially with our wallets.
How many here from Lomita when you raise your hand? Hey!
I used to live in Lomita.
Okay, I came here to listen to. I thought this was for Lomita citizens to talk to Al about things that affect our city.
Harbor City also.
Yeah, Harbor City.
Oh, but not Torrance?
I'm a little disappointed with
Probably do
part.
it, so.
When you're in city government, you don't care who's a Republican or a Democrat. It's not partisan. You care about what happens in your city. And it really bothers me. I got people attacking me that don't know anything about me. And it's wrong. It's wrong. That's why our country's in such a mess. You know what I mean? Hey, I grew up during the Vietnam War.
No.
I go together. They had a draft. But we
need that letter. Oppose SB 54, please.
Disagree, and when you can't agree to disagree, you got a real problem. And that's what's wrong with this country. Partisanship. You got people on the left or the right. No one's in the center. And in our city,
We actually need more disagreement. This kind of nonpartisan talk is hurting us.
But when we agree about something, we're still friends afterwards. Okay. Go have coffee. Yeah.
Go for it.
So I just want to hope that all of you, when you leave here, you meet somebody that thinks different than you. You need to respect other people's views. You don't have to agree with them, and it shouldn't always be an argument. And I got you, and call people names. That's wrong. Not Bill, but a church with him. He lives in Lomita. We can he's a staunch conservative, right? But pretty good guy. You can talk to people without.
He's talking about me.
And calling them names.
I heard you say Lomita was a friendly place. I heard you say that,
sir.
but you don't want me to come to your
councilman
city.
has
I'm
the
not from your
floor.
city,
Sir,
but you just asked me not to come to your
if you
city.
can't- if you
Why am I from another city where your policies influence my city?
Yeah.
Why
That's
am
right.
I not welcome in your city? And you just said right now.
All this talk of bipartisanship is actually hurting
But you
us.
just said I'm not welcome here. Now I want to ask you why.
You're lying. I asked you.
Whoa!
Because I wanted to know. I like to know what people in Lomita think about Lomita. I don't care what you think about in Torrance. Or wherever you.
But you're voting on policies that are hurting Torrance and the Skag and the Sandbag.
All right, let's make one.
How dare you talk to me like that?
Let's make one thing clear here.
Are you going to answer questions?
We are here to listen to constituents, concerns.
Like
if
me?
you're here to have a civil conversation, then you're welcome here. Whether you agree or
He's my
disagree with me.
assemblyman.
But if you're going to disrespect
He spoke for 2
Councilman
minutes.
Gaisley,
I'm not
sir,
welcoming.
you are illustrating my point. If you are going to interfere with our ability to have this conversation, then we do have officers of the California Highway Patrol here, and they will be
I've met them before.
to escort you out of the facility.
Can you believe
we're
that?
here to
Janet, you're a threat. Oh.
We disagree with you, so you call the police.
This Gazela here called him a liar to his face. You're talking about manners? This guy called me an asshole. Shame on you. Do you talk to your kids like that?
Sir, we don't tolerate curse words here.
It came out of his mouth. Ha! Are you going to call the police on him too?
I told you.
You'd need about 2 or 3 to carry him.
So, let me repeat in front of our California Highway Patrol. Thank you very much, officers, for...
Yay! We love our service. Yay! They're already calling the police.
So,
And couldn't they be patrolling our streets?
California Highway Patrol here are to maintain peace and order.
Oh my God.
They obviously are not here to take sides on any political issues or to, show favoritism to, my opinions or anyone else's opinions. But it is my understanding, and officers, if you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if anyone disrupts our attempt to have a civil conversation here, that they can be escorted out of these privately owned premises. Is that correct? That's correct. All right.
Uh-oh.
Sir, with that clarification, let's start the program.
Yay.
So, I have the privilege of representing the South Bay from Lomita.
Unfortunately.
Basically from the coast out to the 110 freeway, including the communities of Lomita, Harbor City, Harbor Gateway, Olive Torrance, the Beach Cities, and the Palos Verdes Peninsula, and 2/3 of Gardena going up to Rosecrans. Just a little bit in terms of my background. I'm a former prosecutor and Deputy Attorney General with the California Department of Justice.
Lie.
I'm a former school board member from the Torrance community, and again, I have the privilege of representing the South Bay in the California State Assembly. I just want to focus on a couple of issues and then just open it up to questions to hear from all of you as to what's on your minds, what are your concerns. First of all, I just want to talk about 3 of my priorities: jobs, education, and the environment. On the jobs front, California's economy, we continue to face challenges like anyone else, but our economy continues to be humming along. We are now the 6th largest economy in the world. We are leading the country in terms of job creation and in terms of GDP growth, and we continue to be the top destination for the smart money being invested into California. The more venture capital is invested in the state of California than anywhere else in the entire country. And that is because California continues to lead the nation in innovation. Whether we're talking about high tech, whether we're talking about biotech, whether we're talking about a comeback in the aerospace industry, a critical industry to the South Bay. California continues to lead the country and the world in innovation, and that is why the smart money continues to be invested in California. The biggest reason why we continue to lead the country in innovation is because we have the best public higher education system in the entire country. I'm a little biased here, as you can see from my Cal shirt.
We have the worst education system.
The University of California system, bar none, is the best public higher education, public research university system in the entire country. And we know that there is a symbiotic balance between job creation and economic growth and investing in our public higher education system. So much of the innovation that creates new industries, that creates jobs, comes out of our universities. Of course, not just the University of California, our California State University system, our community college system. Just a couple of weeks ago, I had a great visit to El Camino College, our wonderful local community college. And their president, Dr. Maloney, was sharing with me about all their great programs, about
hollow talking
they're
points.
partnering with the private sector
These are hollow talking
to
points.
train our students and our adults to address the skills gap, to train workers, train people for the jobs that are in demand here today. For example, El Camino College has partnered with Northrop Grumman, one of the biggest employers in the South Bay. And Northrop Grumman, they have a shortage of workers in welding and in parts manufacturing. And so El Camino College is partnering with Northrop Grumman so
Trump's
that
been talking about
Northrop
this for a long time.
advises them on the specific needs of their workforce, and they devise their curriculum and provide their facilities to be able to train our students, our local community college students, for those jobs that are ready to be filled. And so I think that's another example of how, you know, the jobs and economy piece goes hand in hand with our education. The third point that I'd like to address is the Taurus refinery. Now,
Oh my God.
I know that you know, Lomita and Harbor City, it may not be within the immediate vicinity of the Taurus refinery, but I know I've talked to number of people that are concerned about what's been happening at the Taurus refinery. Basically, ever since the explosion at the refinery in February 2015, I've been working with local activists who are concerned about the ongoing series of accidents, of excessive flaring, and most significantly of their ongoing use of this highly toxic chemical called hydrofluoric acid that is used as part of their gasoline refining process. In response to the concerns of the community, I've come up with a 6-point refinery safety plan, and out of that refinery safety plan that I came up working with local residents, I've introduced a package of bills, 5 bills to carry out to address the concerns of the Taurus refinery, one of which is a bill to ban the refinery use of hydrofluoric acid. A second bill,
That's dumb.
second bill is a bill to require all refineries, not just the Taurus refinery, but all California refineries, to install air quality monitors around the perimeter of the refinery, so that we know, what we're breathing, what our children is breathing, what's coming out of the refineries, and how that may be affecting our health. Just the right to know. Third measure is a measure to require all refineries to work with their local communities to develop and install effective community alert systems. One of the complaints that came out of the February 2015 Taurus refinery explosion was that there was delayed or inadequate notice of the explosion and of the subsequent accidents. Again, I think this is citizens, local residents have a right to know what's happening if there is an accident at the refinery, and so I just want to make sure that there is adequate notice, that there are effective community alert systems. Now, these and the other measures that I'm working with to make our refinery safer, I want to emphasize that I'm not trying to shut down the refinery.
Good.
Now, there are people that would like to see the refinery shut down, but I'm not one of them. And the biggest reason why is the refinery is a major source of good jobs. There are over 1,000 people working at the refinery, either directly or as contractors. These are good jobs that people rely on to be able to raise their families. And so, what I'm calling for is that we need to balance, having these measures to work toward a safer refinery, to give local residents some peace of mind as we live in the vicinity around the Taurus refinery, but at the same time, I want to recognize that the refinery is a significant source of jobs, is a big part of our local economy, and that I respect that, and I'm not trying to shut down the refinery. So those are 3 issues that I just wanted to touch upon, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. Yes, ma'am.
SB 35, when it passes, not if, when it passes.
Which bill is it?
That's the one where they will be eliminating all local control over developments because they won't be allowed to have public hearings or conditional use permits. And if a developer builds a building with at least 50% low income, for which they get massive tax credits, federal tax credits, plus the state of California is putting some money into the pot. So the developers will make huge amounts of money. And their buildings will require 0 parking. How are you going to vote on that?
Okay. First of all, I have not heard of any bill in the state legislature that's going to allow for massive development.
Oh my God.
Don't lie, okay?
No, I'm not lying, man.
It's gone through the Senate.
Okay.
It's gone through every committee in the Assembly.
Oh.
There's one more committee.
Wow.
It's Governor Brown's idea to begin with, so you know he's going to sign it.
I have no idea.
It's his idea to begin with.
I have to be honest with you, ma'am. I have no idea which bill you're talking about because I can't imagine that there's a bill out there that's going to allow for development with no parking.
Everybody look up SB 35.
Okay.
I think you're misreading and misled.
No.
I've got the bill in my car.
You know more about it than the assemblyman does?
I didn't say that. I said.
Well, you know what it is, and he doesn't.
If there are 4 conditions met, one of 4 conditions met, the building is within half a mile of a bus stop, or they provide a a shared use car, like a zip car, then 0, those are 2 of the 4 conditions. 0 parking is required.
Okay. Well, I have not had a chance to vote on that bill. I will take a closer look at it. I mean, there are...
If I'm saying it accurately, what will you vote?
Well,
if I'm accurate, what will you vote?
I will not comment on a hypothetical bill.
It's not hypothetical.
Oh my God.
If there's 0, okay, let me rephrase. If there's 0 parking required, as I say, how will you vote?
Again, I'd like to take a look at the bill.
You won't even answer that?
No, I will not.
If there's 0 parking required,
Again, I'm not going to. I'm not going to deal with the hypothetical here.
It's not a hypothetical. It's in the bill.
I suspect that you're not representing the bill.
Okay.
Wow.
Then you're off the hook, aren't you? If I am misrepresenting the bill, then you're off the hook, right?
No,
Yes.
I will take an opinion. I will state my opinion on a bill after I know what I'm talking about. At this point,
I'm just asking you one little.
Now he's getting another chance to speak.
Let me. I also wanted to acknowledge Olive Reed, who is a former president of the Harbor City Neighborhood Council. Thank you very much, Olive, for coming out today. I spoke to several people here who are from the Harbor City community, and so I wanted to also acknowledge the leadership of the Harbor City community. Olive.
I have a question that we need your help with desperately.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure you know what it is.
Yes, but go ahead.
It took the Harbor City Neighborhood Council 8 years to get the fence along Western to help with the safety of our children that go to Narbonne. At the same time that Assemblyman Schaper got the money in the budget to put the fence up, he also got the money for a left turn light off of Western onto 242nd Street.
Southbound.
For the safety of the children again. And here we are now, and how long has Assemblyman Puritani been out of office? We still don't have that left turn lane. And school is going to start in a few days, and we've already had a number of major accidents because people have to take chances to make a left turn onto 242nd to get into Narbonne, so it includes parents, children, and staff. And as you know, we've got a lot of construction going on around here, and a lot of that off of the hill is coming down Sepulveda, and it's going to get harder and harder to get into Narbonne. So Cody, I've been working with Cody, and I know he's been in touch with Caltrans, and Caltrans is not responding to Cody. So I'm asking you to please do whatever needs to be done so we can get that left turn lane before some children are killed.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you all for. So I'm not sure if everyone heard the concern, but basically it's a concern to. It's a urgent request to carry out the commitment made by former Assemblyman Warren Fertani to install a left turn signal on Western going into Narbonne southbound. Okay. Cody, you want to?
Sure. So I've been communicating with our local Caltrans rep. Because it's on Western Avenue, that's a state-run highway. So I had asked them to look into the issue, see where that funding went. They're looking to find a traffic study. I'm not sure why.
5 years later, and they still haven't fixed it. Your government at work.
I will be sure to follow up with you all and get you the information as soon as I get it.
I hope something gets done before we lose another person.
And let me also publicly state that I will make this a priority, and so we will follow up on that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilman.
Quickly, you know, if you're talking to Caltrans, 3 years ago our city council passed a resolution to take the third lane parking away on PCH. When you come into Lomita, the traffic gets congested and it's unsafe. I've down there with the sheriff in Lomita, they've had accidents where people would go around them. It's been 3 years and we can't get Caltrans to do anything. They control PCH, you know. And another thing I wanted to mention, I've been looking at all the state, you know, there's a lot of state bills on housing coming up, and that's going to be a big deal. I have one concern. I don't want the authority taken away from cities. Yeah. I want to thank you, those of you that may not be aware, about 4 years ago, I was in an airplane with Al, and I asked him to help Lomita with our massage parlor problem. And Jenny Arpeza passed a bill, and they took control away from cities to control the massage parlors. We went to 1 to 29. And you know, there's human traffic going on. We talked to Sheriff Donald about it, and we're doing the best we can now. But I want to thank you for getting AB 1147 passed. No one wanted to admit there was a problem. It's a statewide problem with young girls being forced into prostitution. Even here in Lomita, we had one place that was busted. We had young girls from China that were underage.
Oh my God.
So I want to thank you for doing that. But I am concerned about the state taking local control away, especially when it comes to, I know we need housing, but you know, I wouldn't want to come where we can't have any input. I know most cities don't meet their arena numbers. I don't know if you're familiar with that. I don't think any city does. I don't, you know, but that shouldn't be, you know, if we don't make a arena number, you shouldn't take control away from the city.
What is it?
I know that's going to come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this issue, I do know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you may want to explain to people what these arena numbers are.
Sure.
Huh.
And that
Al doesn't know about SB 35.
Enough,
What he does.
He's the only one that doesn't know. Everybody else seems to know.
So, all right.
Interesting.
A city like us, we have Section 8 housing. We have 3 senior citizen housing. If we didn't have, these people would be on the street. So we're doing our share in Lomita. I think you should focus on other cities, more affluent cities that have nothing, instead of taking control away.
Okay. All right. So Councilman Gaisley is raising the issue of housing in general, and specifically one of the proposals to address the affordable housing crisis in the entire state is to come up with these new mechanisms to enforce the obligations of different cities to address their fair share of building housing to address the affordable housing crisis. One of the problems with the affordable housing crisis is that I want to make sure we're not in violation of any overcrowding. One of the concerns, one of the reasons why there are several legislative proposals to enforce what's called the RHNA, the Regional Housing Needs Assessment figure. Basically every city, every community is assigned a number of how many affordable housing units, different income levels are supposed to be built. I don't know what Lomita's status is, but I know that there are many communities in the state that file their RHNA numbers and then do absolutely nothing to try to comply with those requirements. Now, I understand that I, as a former local elected official, I respect the principle of local control. But how to balance that with the statewide crisis of affordable housing, where as we all know, I was talking with someone yesterday where we were driving in the North Gardena community, and he was telling me that the rent in North Gardena for a one-bedroom apartment, I think, is over $1,200 now. It's becoming unaffordable for too many people. And so I think we can all probably agree that we need to build more housing in order to address the housing crisis. How and the extent to which we try to balance this statewide crisis with the principle of local control is something that we can talk about further. I have not had a chance to vote on the final housing package that I know that we're going to be visiting when we return to Sacramento. But Councilman, I would love to have more detailed conversations so that we can follow up on this.
Like I mentioned, we have Harbor Hills housing project.
He submitted that he knows that housing didn't know what SB 35.
Did he just say that? Wow.
He knows the timing, but pretending like he didn't know.
So he's a liar.
I think you look at those cities first, before you take control away from us.
Okay.
He's a liar.
Did you have a related comment?
Yes.
Okay.
As we need to build housing. That's the only actual absolute solution to the problem. But it takes time to build things. There are people who need immediate relief, and they're not like even at the very, very bottom, but even at the second and third lowest quintiles of the population. What plans are there for immediate rent or mortgage relief for people who are facing just not having a home?
Yes, and so you're talking about especially the people that are currently homeless.
No, for people who are on the brink.
Okay.
Because the rate keeps going up, the prices keep going up because there's no supply, and it's going to take time to increase the supply.
What is it?
Yes.
There you go. Get rid of the illegals.
But in the time we're waiting for them to come up, people still need help, and not just not just people who would go to HUD. People above.
Get rid of the illegal aliens.
Okay.
Get rid of the illegals in our jail cells.
As was mentioned, we are going to be taking up a package of bills to try to address the housing crisis in the state of California. Some, I believe, would address some of the more immediate issues that you're talking about. But I am committed to addressing the crisis while at the same time trying to respect the ability of local city councils to be able to protect the quality of life and you know, the local control that is very important to communities like Lomita. Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to back the councilman here.
Okay.
Right in front of this very restaurant is one of the main places for people to park and effectively almost cause daily accidents because you have to go out and around.
My mom's one of them. She gets that place.
And thank you for bringing that up. Thank you.
Yeah, someone's going to get killed. You're right.
Yeah, it's a hazard every day of the week. It's a hazard.
By the way, Stan's been living in Lomita since for the past 46 years.
That is correct.
Yes, and so
and I wouldn't move if I wasn't alone. I'm going to stay right here.
All right.
Amen.
And you know, Stan, I appreciate your earlier
She has a
comment.
question. Why
You
is
know,
she
the
being
reason
delayed?
why, you know, he said that even if he won the lottery, he would still be living in Lomita.
Oh,
because
brother.
Lomita, as the mayor indicated, is the friendly little city. And so thank you, Stan, for you
If
know.
I liked being cold, I'd still be in Minnesota.
Charlene.
What's the status of Toyota's relocation, and if indeed they leave, what are the future plans?
They are leaving. They
Okay.
have left.
So it is my understanding that Toyota, you know, is well on its way toward moving their headquarters from Torrance to their new facilities in Plano, Texas. You know, obviously, it's a huge disappointment for the South Bay. It's a major employer. You know, I've told this story many times, but when I was first elected to the state assembly in 2013, one of the first things I did was to set up a meeting with their top executives, and I asked them, you know, please let me know, let the state know, you know, if there's anything we can do to help keep you, you know, from leaving the state of California, because we don't want, you know, at that time it was only Nissan that left the South Bay, and they assured me, this was like, you know, 5 months before they made their announcement that they were leaving. They assured me, you know, directly looking me into my eyes, that they had no plans of leaving the state of California. Now, you know, we all understand that for a global, you know, publicly traded company like Toyota, there's some things that they can't be talking about freely. But my point is that, you know, we can only we can only do so much to help them from leaving. The president of Toyota did you know, announce that his decision to go to Texas had nothing to do with the state's business climate. It was their desire to want to consolidate their national operations. I mean, not only are they moving jobs from California, but they're also moving jobs, manufacturing jobs from right-to-work states like Kentucky.
Yeah, right to work.
So, you know, all we can do is take the words of the president and the CEO of Toyota on face value. In terms of what is going to take their place, I know that I've had numerous conversations, and I met with the mayor and the city manager of Torrance to try to convince them to, you know, use this as an opportunity, use the opening of the current Toyota campus as an opportunity to try to attract more high-tech jobs to the South Bay. You know, if we can establish a anchor high-tech tenant at that Toyota campus,
You got your hands
you know,
raised?
my goal and my constant mantra to the city of Torrance and to the Torrance Chamber and to anyone who will listen is that you know, I want to use this opportunity to bring Silicon Beach down to the South Bay. You know, I think that would benefit, you know.
Yay, Silicon Beach.
There have been there for a very long time.
Oh, so she gets a
the
second
Chinese
question?
Are extremely interested. Please prevent that from happening.
Okay.
We don't want them here.
May I ask your concern?
I don't like the way they do business in
Okay.
China.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Hi. Over here. Questions? She got 2 questions.
Going back to the housing shortage.
Okay.
Wow.
I work very closely in that field, and there is a shortage of homes. Everybody's aware of it. And I think that people confuse the low-income housing, and they confuse that with ghetto. With people that just do that. Low-income work in many cities where they have that.
We have questions, Al.
A certain amount of their developments to people with low income, but it's based on the city upon which they're living determines their income level. So, for instance, Lomina's income level is totally different than Redondo Beach or Manhattan Beach or Palace. And I hear it over and over as, you know, when you do renters or all that, Section 8 is just a lot of families that are down on their luck. It doesn't make them unemployable. A lot of them work to survive, you know, and just try to make ends meet. So
When you were talking about housing, did you ever mention that? When you were talking about
that you're not confusing, you know, homeless people into a free house, and middle class people basically were just down on their luck.
And as we know, there are wonderful examples of
Yeah, they're all there.
projects that have been integrated well into the local community. That you know,
Mike Steinhorst.
That are outstanding. You don't even know.
Yeah. And,
My goodness.
Yes.
I feel discriminated
Thank
against
you.
here.
You know, in fact, the Seasons project in Redondo Beach that I just toured just last week. There's a wonderful affordable apartment housing complex for seniors that you wouldn't, like you said, you wouldn't even know that it's an affordable housing development. But driving by, they've done such a wonderful job. The Link Housing nonprofit did a wonderful job of building these affordable units that's so integrated, so nice, and the residents there take such good care of the properties that there are ways to integrate affordable housing without compromising the quality of our neighborhoods. Yes, sir.
We've been talking about affordable housing for half an hour, so let's move on to something.
Thank you.
I want to speak to something that probably affects every single person here. Okay. First of all, I'd like to qualify it by saying that I may not have voted for you, but I respect the fact that you were duly elected.
Yeah.
And I want you to do the greatest job in the state that you possibly can. The thing I'm mainly concerned about is gas taxes and vehicle registration, which I think affects every single person in this room.
Yeah.
And it seems like, as a citizen, we have no voice in when or how that happens. If just all of a sudden a bunch of legislators say, gee, we need more money, we're showing up too much money at the pensions and welfare or whatever else, let's go tax all the, everybody who owns a car and buys gas.
Yep.
And as a California citizen,
He's speaking
I
of-
never get a chance to
Yeah.
vote for that.
He's speaking against the gas tax.
And certainly I don't get a chance to vote not to have that happen. And I was under the impression that a tax required 2/3 of a majority to pass. And I may be wrong, correct me, but doesn't California legislature on the verge of a supermajority with Democrats to where they don't no longer need 2/3 because all the Democrats vote?
Yep.
Okay. Let me.
That's right.
Are you finished?
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
So the question is the recent gas tax that the legislature passed and the governor signed,
Which you voted for.
and vehicle registration.
You voted
so,
for it.
Let me ask. Who knows who was the last California governor to raise the gas tax in the state of California?
Does it matter?
No.
You voted for it. That's what matters.
Anyone just answer my question?
Wait, but you wouldn't answer her question.
Governor Brown.
No, it was actually it was Governor George Duke Mason in 1994. The gas tax has not been increased.
He wasn't governor in '94.
Excuse me, sir, I'm talking.
But he wasn't governor.
You're right. Okay. I think was it 1989?
Which is it?
But I do know that the last governor to raise the gas tax in the state of California was Governor George Duke Mason.
And we shouldn't do it.
And
it was
that
wrong.
was a long time ago. Ever since then, our roads have continued to erode.
Where's the money
they're
going?
falling apart. Bridges are crumbling. And clearly we need to do something to fix our roads.
These are taxes.
Let me ask
Already
if you know who the last president of the United States who increased the gas tax.
Who cares? You voted to raise our gas tax.
Doesn't matter.
Again,
Twice.
Sir, this is my second warning to you to stop being disruptive, or I'm going to ask you to be escorted out.
Was there a first
Anyone?
warning?
Anyone?
Get rid of him
Was
now.
there a first warning?
You've been disrupting the whole time.
I think that's up to the officer's discretion. I'm fine if he's escorted out, but we will leave it up to our wonderful gentleman with the sheriff's department. The last president to raise the gas tax, the federal gas tax, Ronald Reagan.
The point being that it's been a long time since any of these taxes have been raised.
Okay, well, he interrupted and you didn't say anything to him.
It's way past time that we do something about our infrastructure.
That is correct. It is not only way past time, but it's also, I want to emphasize that there was a time when common sense Republicans would agree with the rest of common sense America that there is a need to fix our roads and bridges. There is a need to invest in our
What's the word for that? Non-sequitur?
Non sequitur.
I don't like to raise taxes. This is the first tax increase that I voted for as a legislator. I don't like higher taxes. I don't like to pay more taxes as much as anyone else. But, when the California Chamber of Commerce supported this tax increase, when the Torrance Chamber of Commerce supported this tax increase, when the South Bay Associations of Chambers of Commerce all supported this tax increase, and to me, that was a pretty good signal that, sometimes we get what we pay for. And sometimes we need to pay for basic things like our roads and our infrastructure.
We're paying the most.
And so that
more than any
is
place
why
else. And we have the worst roads.
That is why
most for the worst.
Absolutely.
I respect what you're saying, but in reference to my original question, all these other people are voting yes for the taxes, but the citizens don't want the taxes.
Exactly.
But the citizens also did not vote for, they did not have a direct vote on President Reagan's increase of the federal gas tax.
Not true.
They did not have it on the governor's pay.
But there are, for example, property taxes. I know property.
Yep.
It used to be a ballot measure where the citizens were allowed to have a voice. Then all of a sudden, it became that anybody could vote on property taxes. And of course, every apartment builder, every person on welfare, every person that doesn't have a job, they're going to say, yeah, tax those rich sons of bitches or whoever that own property. So that's totally unfair.
We have children in the audience.
I'm sorry, yeah. My point is that if you allow the average citizens to vote for what they really want, there's common sense there, and at some point, we do pay gas taxes. In fact, if I'm wrong, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the California gas tax we pay now is the highest in the nation.
Yes.
That's right.
I believe it's the highest in the nation. So your argument doesn't exactly hold water that we need to raise the taxes. It's already high.
Yeah.
Yes.
The point is that the money that's being collected for the purposes of
Is
fixing
being
the roads
diverted.
is not going towards fixing the roads. It's going towards
Well said.
Thank you.
other things, paying pension funds.
That is not true.
Where's the line?
But my point is that the money that we vote to pay for the roads, which have been many bills prior to, in the past, have specifically gone to improve roads and bridges and infrastructure. That money does not go to that. I don't know where it goes.
Illegals.
There have been a lot of falsehoods spread about supposedly the gas tax is not going to address transportation needs, fixing roads and so forth. That has been disproven.
Boy, when he shovels it, he uses both hands. Gimme.
To get the specific authority,
That's shameful, dude.
factually is not true.
What do we live, Venezuela?
I do, and I'd be happy to follow up on that. And thank you. I appreciate your comment.
There are hands over here, Al.
Percentage of, the gas tax historically has gone to actually fix the roads. Because I see a lot of other alternatives to this. I mean, what about Jerry Brown's crazy train to nowhere?
Yep.
And is he planning on dipping into this new gas tax in order to fund that train?
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for the question. So, first of all, the governor's crazy train, or also known as the high-speed rail.
The nowhere train.
Those funds are coming from the cap and trade funds. So none of that is coming from gas tax revenue. In terms of the actual percentage of gas tax revenues that go toward road and transportation repairs, I can't cite the exact number, but what I can say is that this latest gas tax bill was passed with a companion lockbox measure that's going to require that no dollars from the gas tax revenues be spent for anything other than for road and transportation. No,
That's right.
It does not. It will go
And it gets robbed.
That's that companion measure to basically this lockbox measure is going to ensure that any gas
Lockbox my
are
ass.
going to be accounted for separately, and that they're going to be used strictly for transportation purposes.
Cap and Trader.
I have to tell you, 10 years ago when I got my new Mercedes, I was out on transition. 60, I think it was the 710 to the 605, and I came across this 2-foot hole, and it went down this far. I mean, and I could see daylight. And this, how frightening that was. And I could have destroyed my car.
Ooh.
The thing is, I'm sure they did something about it since then, but it's like, oh my God, we have real problems with our roads. And I tell you, I think our state of California, Caltrans, they need to go to Europe and see how they refinish the roads. What do they know how to fix the road? And they spend money to do it, and they use the right
Stop interrupting her.
products. I mean, here, they just resurface like 2 inches. You get some a bit of resurface, maybe a little slurry after that, and the first rain, you got potholes. It's ridiculous. I'm sick of it.
All right, and so that's what we're trying to address. We're trying to fix the bottom.
The problem is they're trying to get us out of our cars.
Yep. Someone actually said that over here.
Well, I don't think so. I mean,
Morons.
Oh my God.
The reason why I know that the Cal Chamber and our local South Bay Chambers of Commerce representing small businesses in the South Bay, they don't take tax increases lightly.
They're total cronies.
You know, I think the point is that common sense business leaders recognize that in order to move our goods, you know, and to support our economy, we need to have functioning roads and
We used to.
bridges. And so that is why the business community supported this tax increase. And that's why, you know, I think we need to recognize that there are basic infrastructure needs that we need to pay for. Right.
Oh.
I agree with the need for infrastructure and pay for properly with each other. What I want to do on the same subject is just a couple of questions.
Okay.
One is that in terms of petroleum, as far as I know, we do not tax or pay fees on oil companies for taking oil out of the ground in California. That's correct. Most other states.
This is why.
Untapped, literally, source of revenue.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm talking about is I don't know anyone who's arguing that a gas tax is anything resembling progressive, and it just astounds me that Democrats would pass such a regressive flat tax that falls most strongly upon the people who can least afford it, the people who have to drive for a living, the people who are choosing between gas money, healthcare money, food money.
Okay.
And he voted for it.
And the other thing I'm really curious about is how come the very last person to vote for that bill at midnight? Were you away somewhere and had to get called back because we needed you to save the bill? Or were you trying to avoid having to vote on it at all, as you have on many other bills?
So your first point about the gas tax being regressive, that's a fair point. You know, I don't like that. You know, I think that
why'd you go for it?
That for a tax to be
it is progressive because it
most
keeps going
fair,
up.
that
makes it progressive.
Should be graduated. It shouldn't have a disproportionate impact on, you know, on low-income people. But you know, there are a lot of alternatives discussed about how to, again, address the crisis, the long overdue bills to fix our roads, and this was the best solution that we can come up with. You know, as for my being reluctant about voting for the bill, like I said, I don't like taxes. You know, this is the first tax increase as you know, as a legislator that I've ever voted for, I know that you know, most people in this room, I would venture to guess, if not everyone, hates taxes, especially having to pay more taxes. Well, maybe exception or you guess. But yeah, you know, I was.
Then why'd you vote for it?
I was vote for the MCO
you know,
tax.
The other
He
thing
wasn't
was
there
that, you know,
half and he voted against it.
there was bipartisan support for that for the gas tax. But,
No, there wasn't.
Stacey.
Well, that's right.
I'm a public school teacher in the area and also elected to the LA County Democratic Party for this seat. I just want to say that I appreciate your leadership, and I just sometimes when I just drove up here, I saw all this plastic in our storm drain over here.
Okay.
And I get really concerned when we have rains and what happens to you know, the trash that goes under our you know, storm drains and out to the catch basin. And I think it'd be a great state public works project to shore it up better. You know, so we don't have all that plastic going out there. And what's your thoughts on that?
So I'm sure as the city, the Lomita elected officials can appreciate this, but the issue of stormwater capture and treatment is a big headache. including not just the issue of plastics, but the overall treatment of stormwater that's running off into the ocean is a very expensive proposition. There is a measure that's calling for a tax increase to provide for more funding for stormwater treatment. I am not supporting that measure. My concern.
You're supposed to give me something.
Yet another tax increase. But the point that you're raising is a real concern. It's a concern that faces all of our communities, especially the coastal communities that have to deal with all the runoff from all the inland communities. Where we have to deal with a lot of their trash and their, all the chemicals that's coming in from the inland stormwater runoff. I am having ongoing conversations. In fact, I think I'm having a conversation this month or next week about this issue. Let me just. You've been patiently. You have a lot of questions for us.
We have questions too.
So currently there are thousands of Californians that can be convicted of a misdemeanor for owning a domestic pet ferret. And to many people this seems like really frivolous, but why is owning a domestic house pet a misdemeanor? That's a pretty serious crime for something so, it's a pet. So my question to you is, would you consider support for a bill that could generate millions of dollars in revenue for other wildlife conservation efforts and also decriminalize pet owners in California? Could you consider a bill that supporting the ferret issue?
Yes, and thank you for coming out to raise this issue.
Yay, ferrets.
I learned from you. Sitting down with you that I was not aware that 48 other states do not criminalize the ownership of ferrets. I don't know if anyone in the room has any expertise in terms of why, other than you.
Paying high taxes, I have expertise in.
But we like banning things. It sounds like a reasonable proposition. I am definitely interested in following up on this conversation.
That's all we ask. I appreciate you being open-minded.
All right.
Wait.
So thank you.
There was a question over there.
I have, again, I want to thank Hot-N-Tot for allowing us.
We had a question. We sat here patiently. We asked a question.
I want to thank all of you for coming out today. And,
raising my gas tax, cap and trade. What about Senate Bill 54? What about Senate Bill 54 that supposedly have... Whoa, he's getting nervous. Hey, wait a minute. What about Senate Bill 54, which is going to endanger every American life, every Californian, including our public safety officials? You said that you had grave concerns about Senate Bill 54, and you don't want to tell us why you still haven't made up your mind?
How are you voting on the sanctuary state?
What about sanctuary state, sir? No, this is wrong. You blew us off. There were 3 people who were waiting for a question. We went to your office, Assemblyman. Why won't you tell us your stance on Senate Bill 54? You do know what that bill is, don't you? Don't touch me. Oh, sorry. You go. Okay. Do you have it? What is it? You're willing to talk to him, but you won't talk to us? This is a bill that's been rejected by every sheriff. The city of Torrance officially opposes Senate Bill 54. Why will you not give us? You need to vote no on that. Why did you raise the gas tax? To give it to illegals? What is this? We waited for an hour and a half to speak to you, and this is how you treat us. You just blow us off?
And you run.
This is it. The police chiefs up and down the state are opposed to Senate Bill 54. Why is it that you will not answer my question? Why didn't you do that? Why do you have not the courtesy to protect the...
Why are you driving a gas guzzler?
This is a gas guzzling car here. Whoa, what is this?
Driving a gas guzzler. This is an 8-cylinder car.
This is total hypocrisy, guys. Check this out. This guy raises our gas tax by $1. Who's paying your gas tax, buddy? And what have you done to the
are you guys doing?
What is this? Look at the exhaust. Oh.
He's driving a gas guzzler. Pulling the car. Come on.
This is how he thinks of the American citizenry, and he's not a problem endangering their lives with a sanctuary state bill. And the sheriff's deputies are going to be put at risk as well with this bill. So this is how your assemblyman treats us? He's going to endanger the lives of every Californian with that sanctuary state bill. This is it? No safety, no security, nothing. Have the courtesy to answer our questions, Al. This is how they act. They run away when there's a question about any serious issue. You know, and here's something else, guys, that's a little disconcerting. We have how many deputies here? How many? 4? Excuse me, sir. How many crimes were committed within that last hour and a half that you were not taking care of? What were you doing here? We're not allowed to speak to our assemblyman? Okay, then why were you here? Why did you come here? Hot-N-Tot is not a crime enterprise. No crimes were committed here, so why were you here? That's not a... Why did they advise you to come here?
Because we're thought criminals.
Oh, look at that. And this is the pension that guy was talking about that's being paid into. Oh yeah, we can't think for ourselves. If you think for yourself, you're automatically public enemy number 1.
Well, you know, I gotta say, that guy really was a liar.
Total liar, and a bad one too.
Big liar.
But with a persona that's very warm.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you guys have seen it. I have it on video from the California Transportation Commission where they flat out say that we don't spend the gas tax money on the gas and we waste it and we siphon it to other places. They even
4 sheriff's deputies, folks.
Siphon. They admitted it.
Take
in
some of
public.
that money to fix our roads.
Yes.
I'm surprised that Al hadn't invented a place. He hates styrofoam and plastic.
Oh, look at that.
That's styrofoam
Well,
and
he just
plastic.
drove
Wow.
off a gas guzzler.
I saw that.
And a gas, yeah, exactly.
V8 Mustang.
I mean, yeah, totally sold out to big oil. Unbelievable. Nothing on immigration. They just run away from that issue.
And all the money that should be fixing our roads.
It goes to illegals. I gotta make sure the darling's okay. This guy works on the SCAG and SB COG right here. You might want to talk to him.
But it's state law. So you're getting not one lane of complete streets where you have to have bikes. I'm going to take off.
Okay. Thanks for coming, Robin.
Take off.
So your daughter, your mother didn't want to go to that.
No, she changed her mind.
Well, I'm glad. Thank you for being here. Thank you.
The food was free.
Oh, I know. I was supposed to get a club sandwich. I didn't get one. Yeah.
Well, hey, I'm guessing our tax office will get something out of this.
So we are paying for it.
I didn't know what it was either, but if I don't know if it was tax dollars, I would have gone $100 million. So you can see the restaurant might give us a tax. They're probably going to send you a bill at some point.
You tried to ask, but he was open, but he didn't want to talk to you, Peter. What was the question you wanted to ask him?
It was housing.
This is live. You don't want to? Okay. Okay, folks, we're going to be signing out. Talk to you later.